Happy Friday. Thank you for joining the podcast. I am him, Masinga Macau, and this is the Masinga Podcast Show. It's really good to have you here. Hey, I'm gonna give you a quick story. There's a time I was living in Zimmerman some time back. I had a I had a hustle where I was selling books in Nairobi. I had like what is it called? Like a stand, a kibanda, where I was placing the books. They were thrifted. Those nice classic novels, poetry books, and it was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful. You must enjoy every season you're in. You must thoroughly be present in the moment and enjoy kabisa. That's all I can say. Looking back, that's what I can say. So I was doing that job. Sometimes it was working well, sometimes it wasn't working. Like when it started to rain, it's raining, so you can't be outside the streets. So you have to close, go home. Zero sales. You need a meal on the table. You need to pay rent. But then God, my parents always came through. Cindy, but there's this lady who used to come there. She was well spoken. She had a good taste, a choice of books. You could tell, this is a smart one. She used to come there, and she would stand somewhere in the corner and start praying just silently. Then she would walk to my book stand and tell me, Masinga, man, every time I come here, my heart starts to bleed. Because when I look at you, I see my son, and I don't think you're supposed to be here. I think you're so gifted and amazing. I wish you could see what I'm saying, but I know that one day you won't be here. You get something better. And there's always that one person that you don't know will come through with that word that will, ignite you and probably change your life. So it was a beautiful journey. I was selling the books, meeting beautiful customers. Some of my friends that I know right now, I know they're even watching the podcast. We met them. I met them when I was selling the books back in the day. It was a beautiful learning experience. I couldn't trade it for anything. Going back, would I change anything? Nope. So it taught me to just be present in the moment. Just enjoy it. Whatever you have, your job, your company, your business, just the level it's in. You're probably not making a lot of money. Just whatever you are, be thankful and thoroughly enjoy the moment. Don't allow what you're lacking to make you not enjoy the moment. That's what I can say. And so while I was selling the books, there's a time during that time I wasn't able to pay my rent. And my landlord was really nice. You could tell. He couldn't tell me, now I want you to leave directly. So he came up with a plan to evict me in a nice way. It was sort of funny when I thought, at first, I didn't know that this dude was kicking me out until I told my best friend, akanambia, hey bro, bana, amekufukuza. Jamani, akinilisha nilicheka. It was very funny to me. Vile beshtangu alisema. So, I was late to pay my rent. I would pay like maybe wiki ya pili huko. So this man, he told me, he had a heavy Kikuyu accent. Nataka sasa hiyo nyumba yako, it was a bed sitter. Nataka kuibomoa. Imenikuria bedroom. Imenikuria. Nataka nipanue bedroom yangu ikuwe kubwa. So nikasema sawa. So next month I had no reason. I had to move out, right? That was a good reason. So when I moved, nikatoka, beshtangu akanambia bana, jamaa alikufukuza, ulikuwa unachelewa kulipa rent. I remember months later I passed through that route. I was like, the house is still there. I was like, yeah, clearly jamaa alinifukuza. But just that moment also I learned, being evicted, not having enough. I learned just how to be thoroughly enjoy the moment. Don't let anything stop you from enjoying the moment. And that material anxiety, not having enough, has made many people think they're not good enough or that they're not blessed. Don't allow that. Should not stop you from having a good time. For real. I hate poverty. I like money. I would rather have a lot of it than not having, But in all seasons, I've learned to be thankful, to just Be present in the moment. Wanasemangaje, the reason why it's a gift. It's a gift because it's a present. That's what they call it, the present time. So enjoy the present time completely and thoroughly, and don't allow um just the lack of what you don't have, the lack of money, the lack of a certain opportunity, the lack of a child. Don't allow it to not, prevent you from not enjoying your marriage, your partner, your husband, your wife. Don't allow not you not living in a posh apartment. That should not stop you from being happy and thankful and having a heart of gratitude. Don't allow anything. Nothing should come in the way, come in between you and having a good day or enjoying. It really speaks about your probably understanding how you choose to understand it, how you choose to view it. Perspective really is everything. Everything is tied to perspective. You're always probably one perspective away from a breakthrough. And for me, breakthrough, it's not even landing a certain opportunity, even not getting it and being okay. That is a breakthrough for me. It means that I've outgrown that thing. It doesn't control me anymore. There's a time I had a team that I was working with. It was performing well, really well. Thank God for the opportunities He's given me. Then another time I got a team that it wasn't doing so well, and they usually project the performance on the board. Everyone can see, oh, my team is there on the last position. And when that happened, it really broke me. I remember that time when that was happening, the team wasn't doing well. I was really broken. I almost, it almost got into my self-esteem. It made me, yeah, I was sad and pitiful. And man, the days went by, and I started changing my focus, what I was focusing on. Got another team, and now when I got another new team at work, the team started doing well, but there was 1 month where the performance wasn't all that good. And I remember walking in where they usually project the performance, and I looked and saw, wow, my team isn't doing that well. But that did not affect my joy or who I was at that point. And at that point, I went to the bathroom and I was like, yes, yes, your boy has finally grown. He is no longer defined by numbers. Yes. I was like, yes. It's like I was waiting for that moment. And what happened between that time when I had the team that doing horribly and then got a new one? What happened? What changed really was I was like, I got the understanding that this thing doesn't define me. It's temporary. Why should I allow a temporary thing to define me? Why should I allow such a small thing? Any your perspective will have you glorifying the wrong thing or the right thing. Acha niseme hivyo to make it make sense. Your understanding has got you gratifying and glorifying the good things or the bad things. Shida ilikuwa hapo. And so God, did that, that work in me, kunionyesha, yo, I love you, I care for you. That was the focus. Hii sikushtue. So they was like, hii tu. Baadaye. Ati nini kumendaje? It was not bothering me anymore. And we give these things power, the wrong things, because of that limited understanding, because we don't know. How many times have you heard me say that? Because we don't know. We end up giving these things a lot of power. Numbers, how many zeros you have in your bank account, they're controlling your joy, your esteem, how you feel about life, how you view God, how you view your husband, because you don't have a certain, now it becomes your lifeline. But these things are temporary. They don't have to define you anymore. Again, life is about letting go. Every day when you know what, I'm choosing to release this. I'm releasing this thing. I'm releasing that manager who doesn't talk to me nicely. I won't fight with them. It's about letting go of control. You're no longer in charge of the outcome, no longer trying to control things and people. You umewacha. Now you're living. When you get the job or not the job and you're still okay, now you're growing. Right? It's that place of you awakening to that reality that even in that time when things were working or not working, God is still with you. Even in this time here, in this season, God is still for me and with me. They like to give the story of Jesus when he was being baptized. Christ had not healed anyone. He had not performed any miracle. And yet you have the heaven open up and say, this is my son with whom I'm well pleased. And they say that River Jordan is at the lowest level of lowest point, one of the lowest point on earth. River Jordan, it's below sea level, something. I don't know how many degrees below sea level, and you have God applauding him. You might think naturally what we might think it's the right thing to do. God would applaud him when he's healed, the leper, the people with the leper, the blind man. But God is like, it's like God is telling us of him, but it's not what you do that defines you. It's not what you do that makes me love you. What you do is just a thing that you're doing. It doesn't give you life. Whether you're healing the people with lepers, whether you're performing miracles, turning the water into wine, though there's a deeper meaning of those stories. They are to reveal the Christ saving us. It's about salvation, but for the sake of this story, to make it make sense, we'll stick to this to that explanation rather. So it's not what you're doing that defines you, that makes him love you. Your life does not depend. Your all being, manze, is not defined or tied to your marriage, working or not working. That does not give you life or define you. This is my son with whom I'm well pleased with. He said that, and Christ had not healed anyone. He had not done any miracle. He had not fed the 5,000, but the Father was pleased with him anyway, anywhere, anyhow. So release that control, release that meaning that you've been allowing these things, your bank statement, your work, your career, your marital status to define you. Release it. The Father is pleased with you. Manze. And then again, they say he was on, I don't know which mountain, and the Father appeared and still said, it was during the transfiguration that this is my son with whom I'm well pleased with. So at the lowest level, pale River Jordan, the Father is still pleased with him. At the highest place, bado kona wewe. So hata kama uko wapi, the Father is still pleased with you, anakupenda. He loves you deeply. He's madly in love with you. Whether you have enough, not enough, whether you're doing mistakes, no, even the worst mistakes, whatever, the Father is pleased with you. I don't know whether it doesn't matter about your sexual orientation, would you choose to love. The Father still thinks good things about you, na nakupenda. It's true. And so the love is permanent. Inakuonesha hivyo. Whether you're doing this or that, the love is still there. On River Jordan, this is my son I'm well pleased with. At the mountain, this is still my son with whom I'm well pleased with. In the valley, at the mountaintop, when I'm having enough, when I'm having little, when I'm doing well, married, divorced, not married, having kids, not having kids, that does not define your identity. It is what the Father says about you that defines you. Do you get it? So that story of kufungiwa nyumba, selling books kwa streets, not having, enjoy, hata kama uko wapi, enjoy kabisa, because the Father is with you. Even in that place, it was still beautiful. When the money was kidogo, when the house was being locked, it was still beautiful. Usikubali hizi vitu. Don't allow these things to blur your vision and to make you think that you're not blessed. Uko sawa kabisa. Man, I pray that you open your eyes now, uko sawa. Even with the kidogo money, with the house being locked, with the debt, with the lack of school fees, with the sickness, aki uko tu sawa. I promise you uko tu sawa na God anakupenda. Na hiyo love haijaipungua. Uko tu sawa kabisa. So I feel like this is going to be a short podcast. If you can see, if you can tell, I'm a bit tired. But ni sawa. And even with that, just adding to the point as I was writing here, I was studying Psalm 23, and David is saying that the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Because he is my shepherd, I shall not want. He has made me whole. So because I'm whole, why should I want? A whole person does not want things to be complete. You're no longer chasing the end goal. You're no longer in control of the outcome, how they see you. You're completely free. He is my shepherd, I shall not want. That place, there's freedom, there's peace, there's joy, There's security, insecurities, guilt, condemnation. Fear cannot function in that place where I know that because of what is made me to become, because of Christ, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Mhm. I don't want money to make me feel enough because I'm whole. Is my shepherd. I don't need a husband, a wife, kids to make so that I can feel that I'm complete as a person, as a human being. Nope. Because the Lord is my shepherd. I'm complete. I'm whole. I shall not want. I don't need to have a beautiful, I don't know, living in a nice apartment or neighborhood, driving a certain car, going on good holidays, vacations, to feel like now I'm doing great. Now I'm making it. I am whole in Him. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. In that place, yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, how do you want when you're whole? How could you want when you're whole? The Lord is my shepherd. In this place, there's peace. There's no comparison. Comparison cannot function here. Guilt, condemnation, fear, confusion. I shall, because of the Lord, I shall not want, because He is my shepherd. And a shepherd, really to break it down, picture a sheep and a shepherd. The sheep doesn't worry about what it's going to eat, where it's going to drink water from, because the shepherd will take care of the sheep. Yes, it's that simple. He's taken care of my salvation. I'm not in charge or in control of my salvation. I'm not. I'm not in charge of my security, my provision, my blessing. I'm not in charge. It's not tied to what I do or don't do. He is my shepherd. You ever seen sheep worry about where it's going to sleep, whatever it's going to drink and eat? No, the Lord is my shepherd. Let's even add that I'm the true vine and you're the branches. Why should the branch worry about where it's going to get nourishment? No, that's the work of the vine. Let the vine do the dirty work. Yes, the vine will do whatever it has to do to bring me nourishment, to bring me food, water. It's not me, I just show up and shine as a branch. Is the vine. The Lord is my shepherd. It's not about me. It's not about how long I pray. It's no. And with that in mind, with that thinking deeply in my mind, makes life beautiful. Yes, because I'm no longer in charge. I'm no longer trying to control things. No longer trying to twist the arm of my boss. Let me make them see me in a certain way. I'm free from convincing people and trying hard. In that place, there is no trying hard. You know how you lack peace and confidence in that place when you're trying hard? Even ask the girls. How you look very secure when you're trying hard. Eh? So that place, there's no trying hard. Kuna kuchill. When there's rent, no rent, good car broken down in the valley, whatever Paul said, in his season of lack and abundance, I can do all things in Christ Jesus. I can do all of them, meaning that, hey, whatever I'm doing is just a thing that I'm doing. It doesn't define me. My identity is locked permanently, hidden in Christ. So I can do all things. I can be having a lot of money. I can be having little money. I can be doing well at work. I can be performing terribly at work. I can be married, not married. I can do all of that and I'm still okay. I can do all things in Christ Jesus and still okay. That thing does not define me. That thing does not give me life. It's just a thing that I'm doing. Who I am is found in Christ. I can do all things in Christ Jesus. My identity, my definition, my lifeline is found in Christ. Not things, not people, not my career. Eh. And also something else that itakufanya hata for you to not have that material anxiety, that status that you want to have in society. It's just really knowing that you came with nothing and you will live with nothing. Hiyo tu peke yake inakufanya waje kushtuka. Hey, bana. Wow. All right. We're going to end it here. You guys have a beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful Friday, beautiful weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Take care.